been holding up in this stretch, which is good because a lot of times with underclassmen, especially freshmen, this is the time of year they start to get tired because the college season is so much longer than a normal high school. You can bet he appreciates education a little bit more now and takes school a little bit more seriously.
I bet he's getting A's and B's too. There's Patterson, slip into the basket.
Gets his first points. So that run extended to 17 straight points for Missouri State. Now down low to Patterson.
Great cut from Patterson. 10-point deficit as we're near the midway mark of this opening half of the Valley on ESPN. It's the Missouri State Bears and the Loyola Ramblers from JQH Arena in Springfield.
You know, when I coached at SLU, Coach Porter Moser had just left, and he told me about how much he learned from the great late Rick Majerus. And what Rick Majerus does is he takes away your first and second option.
Lu'Cye Patterson.
They're already taken by multiple seniors who decided to come back. So I can understand the logic, but it's going to make it scary for a team like Loyola, who already has 4 seniors with all this experience. What if they all say, hey, let's come back and try to run it back?
Patterson.
This is a 2-bid Valley League, and there's no doubt about that in my mind with Loyola and Drake.
Absolutely. Nice find inside. Lu'Cye for game 2 tomorrow. Layup off the mark, off the front iron. Lu'Cye Patterson.
Draw tomorrow is basically letting him shoot uncontested free throw jumpers.
Well, in games like this where it's a back-to-back, and especially for Missouri State having to play in 4 games in 7 days,
And it's continued here in college.
And think about it. He was a big scorer. That means he had the ball in his hands all the time in high school.
Sure.
Now he's not. He's getting it by moving without it.
There's Patterson against Sturts, spinning on him. Got it. And a chance.
Telling you guys, hey, we got to stop him. We got to stop him. All of a sudden, all 5 guys are looking at him.
Prim back in the game. That's Sharp. Here's the freshman inside. How about that move?
Wig and A.J. Green for Larry Bird Player of the Year. I tell you, Prim, Mosley.
There he is, running the floor. Now they kick it out. That's Patterson. Ball fake, floater. He's got 4 coming off the bench.
Huge shot early in this game. Shows some confidence that Gordon had. Started off 1 for 3, but huge there. And I love Cricky's ability. They had to collapse on him with his offense, and then he's able to kick it out. Patterson. And Cricky picks up an early foul. Shot fake. And a drive. Hanging. No. And Patterson grabs that rebound. Out in the open court. Sackey tried to cut him off, and what a basket by Patterson.
Sharp with the weak side board, and I like this kid Sharp. I raved about him last night. Just a pure point guard is what I'd have to call him. Good drive right there. You know, like this great leaper or whatever, but he's a consistently good basketball player. He knows what he does well, and he does it all the time.
Boy, he's been shooting the ball well from 3-point range. A 3 in every game this year. Here's Patterson with the drive. Boy, that Randy Miller Jr., the 6'2" graduate transfer from North Carolina Central.
And they're having a hard time defending on the perimeter today. So one of the things that he had done pretty well up until this point on the defensive end, showing some progress, but struggling with that.
Patterson on Mosley.
That's tried to quick shoot Prim. It's a feed to Patterson in the lane. Jumps into Marr, draws the...
Heisey, Cole Henry, born. Looking at the future
fans of basketball.
We got sophomore Noah Carter on the floor as well with senior Trey Burrow. Mosley over to Patterson. Catch and shoot three is good. Perimeter here. Pickford fires the three off the side of the backboard.
Chance to get to single digits again.
Lu'Cye Patterson gets pushed.
And 2 of 3 behind the arc. So 78% and 66% shooting for Missouri State.
Well, there's 5 teams in the Valley shooting over 50% from the field.
6, 5, 4. Tough shot. 3. Tips it in with 1
in the half. Gets it on a handoff here. Back outside. Hervey. He hit 45 at JUCO last year. That one won't go. Patterson. We hear the coaching staff yell, plenty of time, plenty of time.
And patience is very important against a very aggressive defense.
Hervey will give it to Patterson now, who drives, tries to use the window.
At the basket, seeing the ball go in, it'll help that percentage.
They get tied up underneath.
Jamari Gregg, 6'7" senior from Hawaii. Makes it a 4-point lead for the Demons. 6.5 minutes to play in the first half. Patterson to Prim, give and go. Patterson scoring, and he is fouled.
And the next part for Jared Ritter on that curl is to cut to the basket because they read that he's going to pop. Cut to the basket and be a cutter and finish inside.
What a play there.
With graduate transfers, they had Eric McGill and Aaron Cook, some older players. So there was some more mileage on the players that SIU had last year. Brian Mullins has said that, look, these guys are young. They don't really know any different. And, yeah, we're playing a lot of games, but they should be fine.
Yeah, he actually said he was pleasantly surprised with how they've been holding up in this stretch, which is good because a lot of times with underclassmen, especially freshmen, this is the time of year they start to get tired because the college